Dangerous Goods Training Program at 11 have been established to help achieve a uniform legitimacy in training and ensure safety during the course of acceptance, handling and transport of dangerous goods. After this course, participants will be able to understand and apply the IATA, as well as VNA policies on transporting dangerous goods. In this program, we will discuss of the following aspects: applicability, limitations, classification, marking and labeling, emergency response, lithium battery transportation. Click the icon to watch the video.
Dangerous goods are all around us, and you might be surprised by what they are. Take the battery in your smartphone or tablet. What about paint, perfume, or nail polish? Of course, you probably realize they're flammable and, like your smart device's battery, they pose little danger individually. But shipping them as cargo by air is a different story. The #1 reference for the world's shippers, freight forwarders, ground handlers and airlines, the DGR helps to safely transport all sorts of dangerous goods, from life-saving radiopharmaceuticals and medicines to Formula One racing cars. The IATA DGR is the global reference for shipping dangerous goods by air, and the only reference recognized by the world's airlines, who continually contribute their collective experience to updating it, with the aim of ensuring that goods flow smoothly from one supply chain partner to the next, and keeping the skies safe for everyone. How can the DGR help you? It sets out all the information needed to properly prepare, process, accept, and handle shipments of dangerous goods by air. But the DGR isn't just a big book of rules. In addition to the overall manual, IATA also publishes guides for specific items, provides training, offers electronic applications and data products that can be integrated into your own systems or used separately, and sells labels, posters and other signage, all of which enable dangerous goods shipments to be processed without delay and with maximum efficiency at every step of their journey. To learn more about IATA's dangerous goods regulations offering, visit iata.org/knowyourdgr.
The contents of chapter applicability. General philosophy, definition, legal basis, shipper responsibility, operator responsibility, training, security, information for the shipper, information for passenger. Dangerous goods can be transported safely by air transport, provided certain principles are strictly followed. These principles and procedures include classification. Dangerous goods are classified according to criteria determined by the United Nations Subcommittee of Experts. This classification determines the acceptability of the articles and substances for air transport, as well as the conditions for their transport. Prohibitions. Some dangerous goods have been identified as being too dangerous to be carried on any aircraft, under any circumstances. Others are forbidden under normal circumstances, but may be carried with specific approvals from the states concerned. Some are restricted to carriage on all cargo aircraft. Most, however, can be safely carried on passenger aircraft as well, provided certain requirements are met.
Prohibition và vài hàng hóa nguy hiểm thì có được sự xác nhận là quá nguy hiểm để được mang lên trên chuyến tàu trong mọi tình huống. Và một hàng cấm khác dưới những tình huống bình thường nhưng có thể được mang lên, được cho phép đặc biệt từ đất nước, từ nước liên quan này, và một vài những hạn chế được mang lên trên máy bay. Tuy nhiên là cái nó có thể là can be safely carried, có thể được mang một cách an toàn trên chuyến bay chở khách và cung cấp những yêu cầu họ đưa ra.
Training is an essential element in maintaining a safe regulatory regime. Dangerous goods training is a mandatory requirement for all personnel involved in the preparation or transport of dangerous goods by air. The training programs must be subjected to review and approval by the VNA and the appropriate governmental authority. In accordance with CAAV regulations, recurrent training must be completed within 12 months of previous training to ensure knowledge is current, unless a competent authority has defined a shorter period. A test must be undertaken following the training to verify understanding of the regulations.
Cho nên hàng hóa nguy hiểm được đào tạo mandatory legal required.
Packaging is the essential component in the safe transport of dangerous goods by air. The IATA Dangerous Goods Regulations provide packing instructions for all dangerous goods acceptable for air transport, with a wide range of options for inner, outer, and single packagings. The packing instructions normally require the use of UN performance-tested specification packagings, however these are not required when dangerous goods are shipped under the provisions of limited quantity packing instructions. The quantity of dangerous goods within these packagings is strictly limited by the regulations, so as to minimize the risk should an incident occur. Marking and labeling. The packages are marked with required marks and bear the required labels to ensure that the hazards can be recognized without relying on accompanying documentation in an emergency. Documentation. The proper declaration of dangerous goods by the shipper ensures that all in the transportation chain are aware that dangerous goods are being transported. This ensures that they are correctly accepted, handled and loaded, and if an incident or accident occurs, either in flight or on the ground, what the correct response should be. Notification to pilot in command. The pilot in command must know what is on board the aircraft, in order to properly assess and action any emergency that may, avoiding hidden hazards. Information regarding hidden dangerous goods must also be conveyed to passengers and shippers, to assist them in recognizing dangerous goods, which they are not permitted to carry on their person, in their baggage, or as cargo, and which may not be readily recognizable as being dangerous. Accident or incident reporting. Dangerous goods accidents or incidents must be reported, so that an investigation by the relevant authorities can establish the cause and corrective action can be taken. Also, if as a result of these investigations changes are required in the regulations, appropriate regulatory action can be taken. Accident or incident reporting. Dangerous goods accidents or incidents must be reported, so that an investigation by the relevant authorities can establish the cause and corrective action can be taken. Also, if as a result of these investigations changes are required in the regulations, appropriate regulatory action can be taken without delay. Human factor. Human factors should be considered in all aspects of dangerous goods transportation. The objective is to ensure the safe transport of dangerous goods. Human factors refer to environmental, organizational, and job factors, and human and individual characteristics, which influence behavior at work, in a way which can affect health and safety. A simple way to view human factors is to think about three aspects: the job, the individual, and the organization, and how they impact people's health and safety-related behavior. Dangerous goods are defined as articles or substances which are capable of posing a risk to health, safety, property, or the environment, and which are shown in the list of dangerous goods in the Dangerous Goods Regulations, or which are classified according to these regulations. There is a commercial demand for many products classified as dangerous goods, such as paints and batteries, and especially time-sensitive ones like radioisotopes for medical treatment, and goods that must be kept refrigerated for a considerable time. Sometimes, air transport, or traveling by air, is the only way to reach remote places. Some dangerous goods are even required on an aircraft, for its airworthiness or operation. Items such as aircraft fuel, batteries, fire extinguishers, and life rafts. How can we assure the safe carriage of dangerous goods? The risk can be reduced by full compliance with the regulations. Prohibited items must never be accepted for carriage, and permitted dangerous goods must only be accepted and transported provided they are correctly classified, identified, packed, marked and labeled, according to the regulations. Dangerous goods are not permitted in passenger or crew checked and carry-on baggage or on the person, except those listed in Table 2.3a. Each dangerous good must be identified by a proper shipping name that will be found in the DGR list of dangerous goods. Each proper shipping name is identified by a 4-digit UN number assigned by the UN Committee of Experts, or an ID number in the 8000